The HOA president tried to forbid my work truck from using the access road that leads to my house. She slapped me with a $500 fine, claiming my vehicle was too heavy and was destroying her precious asphalt. She said I was banned from the road until I bought a smaller car. That was her biggest mistake. She never checked the land records. That road doesn't belong to the HOA. It's my private driveway. So I ignored the fine. Instead, I fired up my heavy road grader and tore the entire paved road apart. When she tried to leave for work the next morning, there was no asphalt waiting for her. There was a 4-foot-deep pit of mud. My name is Alex. I own a heavy equipment rental company. I work with bulldozers, excavators, and dump trucks every single day. Because of my job, I bought a property on the edge of a brand new subdivision. It was ideal. There was a big barn for my machines and a long, separate access road connecting my land directly to the highway. For 5 years, everything was quiet. The neighbors were friendly, and no one complained about my trucks because I drove slowly and carefully. Then Linda got elected as the new HOA president. Linda was the type who thought a little authority made her unstoppable. She despised my trucks. She called them eyesores and industrial trash. She made it her personal goal to force me and my equipment out of the neighborhood. Last Monday, I came home and found a certified letter taped to my front gate. It was printed on official HOA letterhead. It said, "Dear resident, effective immediately, vehicles weighing over 6,000 pounds are prohibited from using the North Access Road. You're a commercial vehicle is damaging community asphalt. You are hereby fined $500 for past damage. Any further use will result in a locked gate and denied access." I was stunned. That road was the only way to move my equipment to my shop. Blocking it was like telling a fish it couldn't swim. I went straight to her house. She was in her driveway, buffing her spotless white luxury SUV. "Linda," I said, holding up the letter, "you can't do this. I need that road for my business." She didn't even glance at me. "Not my problem, Alex. That road belongs to the HOA. We maintain it, and we decide who uses it. Your trucks are ugly and too heavy. Park them elsewhere or buy a Prius." "I've been using that road for 5 years, I said. She smirked. "Those days are over. It's my road now. Follow the rules or get out." I walked away before I lost control. Arguing with someone like her was pointless. I needed proof. The next morning, I went to the county clerk's office to look up the original plat maps from the 1990s. I had a feeling Linda had no idea what she was talking about. I spent 3 hours digging through microfiche and dusty files. Then I found it, the original deed. My jaw dropped. When the developer built the neighborhood, they ran out of money before finishing the North Access Road. To save costs, they sold the land rights for that road strip to the owner of the largest lot. That owner was now me. The document was crystal clear. The North Access Road was the private property of Lot 4B, my lot. The HOA only had a revocable easement for residential use. Translation: I owned the road. They didn't own the asphalt or the dirt under it. I had just been letting them use it out of goodwill, and Linda had tried to ban me from my own land. The easement included a clause stating that the owner of Lot 4B could modify, grade, or resurface the road at any time for maintenance. That's when the idea hit me. A petty, beautiful, destructive idea. Still, I gave her one last chance. I went back to her house that evening with copies of the deed. "Linda," I said calmly, "I did some research. The HOA doesn't own the road." "I do." I showed her the map. "This is my private property. If you fine me or block me again, I'll revoke the easement." She laughed. She actually threw her head back and laughed. Oh, Alex, you're really desperate, huh? Fake. Maps now? That road's been there for 20 years. It's paved, which means it's ours. Get off my porch before I call the police. She crumpled the paper and tossed it at my feet. My decision stands. If I see your truck on that road tomorrow, I'm locking the gate. I picked up the paper. All right, Linda, you want to play hardball? Fine. Just remember, you asked for this. I went straight to my shop and fired up my Caterpillar 140M motor grader. For anyone who doesn't know, a grader is a massive machine with a giant blade underneath used to level dirt, with the blade angled and ripper teeth attached. It can shred asphalt like paper. I waited until 11 p.m. when the lights in Linda's house went out. I drove to the start of the access road and put up a large orange sign. Road closed for maintenance, private property, no trespassing. Then I went to work. I dropped the ripper teeth into the pavement. Crunch. The sound of asphalt breaking is loud and incredibly satisfying. I drove the full length of the road, ripping it into chunks, then pushed it aside. I kept going. I dug past the gravel base until I hit bare earth. Then the rain started. A heavy thunderstorm. The exposed dirt turned into a thick, sticky swamp. By 4 a.m., the road looked like a war zone. I parked my machine on my side of the property line and went to bed. At 8 a.m., I sat on my porch with coffee, watching Linda's garage door opened. She was in a hurry. She sped toward the access road, ignored the sign, and drove straight around it. She hit the mud. Splat. Her SUV sank instantly. The front bumper vanished into the muck. She floored it, spraying mud everywhere. The more she tried, the deeper she sank until the car was resting on its frame. Mud poured into the cabin when she opened the door. She screamed in pure rage. She called the police, the fire department, and the HOA board. When the officer arrived, she stood knee-deep in mud, pointing at me. Arrest him. He destroyed the road. I calmly handed the officer the deed. Officer, this is my private driveway. I was doing maintenance. He read it, looked at the sign, and turned to Linda. Ma'am, this is his property. You ignored posted warnings and drove onto a closed site. This is a civil issue. Standard tow trucks refused to help. Linda had to hire an off-road recovery crew. The bill was $3,500. Her engine was ruined from sucking in mud, costing another $8,000. The HOA tried to sue, but my lawyer explained they'd have to buy the land first. They couldn't afford it. Now the North Access Road is a dirt track just for my trucks. Linda has to drive an extra 15 minutes every day. I wave when I see her. She never waves back. Linda tried to ban me from my own road and ended up stuck in the mud of her own arrogance. If you enjoyed this muddy revenge, hit like and subscribe, because next time a neighbor tried to steal my fence,